Hello everybody, how are you? I hope everything is fine. Well, today we're gonna discuss the usages of infinitive with to and ing forms or gerunds. Today's lesson is very important when you want to create longer structures, very long structures actually. I'll give you an example. For instance, you say, I came here to see you, to tell you to come with me, to go to that place, to buy that thing, to bring it back, to blah, 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 blah. You see, as if you can just have a string of verbs added with each other with to, and then it shows your purpose for doing something in the future. Okay, so that is infinitive. Actually, infinitive is um, I would say raw form of verbs. Means the verb, the root of the verb, which is not conjugated in any tense, any particular tense. Okay, so that is the infinitive. And gerund, which is a verb plus ing, usually functions as a noun. So it is the root is a verb, but the function is a noun. Okay, now I'm not going to go to details. Let's just see how they are used. So generally speaking, we can say infinitive with to, something like to go, to eat, to drink, to see, to watch. They show your purpose for something in the future. Okay, and whereas ing form, verb plus ing shows the, like for instance, going, eating, drinking, etc., shows an action which already has happened. Okay, real, existing, or completed action. And then we have different verbs and different words which precede either infinitive with to or ing form. Okay, so let's have a look at them. Common situations where each is used, either infinitive with to or ing form, gerund. Okay, so the first one, which is in a way the most important one, is after some certain verbs. We have some verbs which are followed by infinitives. Then we have some verbs which are followed by gerunds, ing form. And then we have some verbs which can be followed with both, with different meanings, of course. Okay, so the first one, verbs followed by infinitive, they're like want, hope, decide, agree, manage, fail, learn, etc., etc. The number is big. So there are so many verbs after which you can use infinitive with to. Like, I want to go home. This is like that, okay? I want to go home to tell him to blah, blah, blah. You can go on forever, in a way, forever. And this shows intentions and plans and desires. Then we have the verbs which are typically followed by ing, like enjoy, avoid, consider, suggest, etc. I will give you a detailed list later on, okay? So we're going to talk about this in detail. But right now, just I give you some examples. For instance, he avoided talking about it. I enjoy reading novels. So it means that it's something routine or habitual. Okay, I enjoy reading novels. So we had number one was verbs followed by infinitive with to. Number two, verbs followed by ing. And then number three is some verbs which can be followed either by infinitive with to or ing form, like remember. The meaning would be a bit different, okay? So for instance, say, I remember meeting her. Okay, means you have already met her and you remember that. Then you say, I remember to meet her. Means it's your duty. You're gonna remember in future. Okay, so there is a very subtle difference between these two. For instance, you say, he stopped smoking. He stopped smoking means he does not smoke anymore. But you say, he stopped in order to talk to me, or he stopped to talk to me. Means he was doing something else and then he stopped and started talking to me. Okay, so you see the difference? And then you have try, forget, regret, etc. etc. Okay, so my so good with verbs. Then we have sometimes after adjectives you use infinitive with to. So you say, I'm happy to see you. It's hard to explain, etc. etc. Then Another group is after nouns or pronouns. For instance, you say, I have some homework to do. It means there's something I need to do again in future. He is the first person to arrive. And she needs something to eat. So that thing is either a pronoun or a noun. Then another group is as a subject or complement. Okay, for instance, to learn English is fun. To be or not to be, that is the question, huh? The Shakespeare's Hamlet. If you remember, we had a lesson about clift structures. This is something like that. Okay, my dream is to travel the world. So that is, again, you use infinitive with to, and it shows your intention. Then you have after prepositions. So whenever you have prepositions, almost all the time you need ing form. Okay, so for instance, she's interested in learning English. He left without saying goodbye, or they're tired of waiting. So of is a preposition, and then after preposition you need ing form. The next one is expressing purpose or infinitive of purpose, which is, as I mentioned, you can just have a series of two after each other, infinitive with two after each other. I went to the store to buy milk. He called me to ask for advice. So in a way, you can say the difference between ing form and infinitive with to is that infinitive with to is future-oriented, potential, purpose, intention, like focuses on why you are doing something. I hope to visit India. Means, have you visited India yet? No. You hope in future. Okay, so the action is not complete. And then, for instance, you say, I enjoy visiting India. Means that is most probably you have done it before, and then you know that you enjoy that. Okay, so that is the difference. It is the focus on the action itself. And now I told you that about ing forms, so I'm going to give you a list. Okay, yeah, that is. Let's break it down to further details. We normally use ing form after these. Okay, verbs of liking and disliking, like enjoy, like, dislike, hate, can't bear, don't mind, etc., etc. This shows your inner feelings toward something. So I enjoy reading novels. She can't stand waiting in long lines. Okay, so after these and this type, you need ing form. Then you have verbs of starting, continuing, or stopping. Okay, like start, begin, continue, keep on, finish, etc. She gave up smoking last year. Okay, so after give up, quit, you use ing form. Then we have verbs of thinking and considering and discussing, such as consider, suggest, imagine, recommend, etc. You remember, for instance, she suggested going to the museum. In another lesson, we explained about direct, indirect speech. Okay, one of the types was suggestion. And indirectly speaking, you would say she suggested and then verb ing form. Okay, we discussed these things before, right? See how connected different lessons are. Okay, that is, in my opinion, what makes English grammar very mathematical, very predictable in a way, and fun. Okay, I hope you also have fun learning English. All right. So she suggested going to the museum. That is, after suggestion, you need ing form. Another one is verbs with prepositions. Okay, after prepositions, always some verbs are phrasal verbs. Okay, so within the verb you have the preposition. Okay, so after them you use ing form, like approve of, think of, dream of, thank for, apologize for, etc., etc. He insisted on paying the bill. They succeeded in solving the problem, etc., etc. Then you have verbs of risk, delay, and avoidance, like risk, delay, avoid, escape, postpone, resist, etc. For example, you can say you should avoid eating too much sugar. It's not good for your health, so stop eating too much. I miss seeing my old friends, etc. Then you have verbs related to communication, like report, suggest, deny, admit, confess, mention. He denied taking the money. She mentioned meeting you last time. Then verbs that require object plus gerund. Yeah, for instance, you have imagine, remember, mind, forgive, etc. I can't imagine him living alone. She forgave me for being late. They prevented us from entering. Okay, so after these, you need ing form. And then you have some fixed expressions. After them, you use ing form. For instance, it's no use, blah, blah, blah. Be busy, blah, blah, blah. Be busy doing, be busy, etc. Look forward to, I look forward to seeing you soon, huh? Something like that. So you use ing form. It's no use crying over spilled milk. Something is done, okay? So just, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Very well. I hope it's not been too much right now. Okay, so we're not gonna memorize everything. Okay, by practicing, by actually using these structures, you'll master them and you'll be good. Okay, now what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna give you 20 something examples for infinitives with to and then the verbs plus ing, the gerund forms. Okay, so because I don't want this video to be long, uh, actually, I use one of them. Okay, after noun plus to. Okay, I don't want this video to be long. Okay, so that is one of the forms that I just mentioned. Anyhow, you will just see them. Okay, and I'm not gonna read. Okay, so feel free to pause and take your time learning them. Let's watch this. Okay, I hope you like these examples. Okay, very typical examples, and you can have hundreds, if not thousands, similar to them. Before saying goodbye, I'm going to give you two examples for Imam of Aftabes, Khomeini. I use infinitive with two, several verbs actually together for one, and then several ing form or gerund for the other one. So let's start with the first one, which is infinitive. So I can say, Khomeini sailed on his pirate of the ship to expand his territories, to kill more, to steal more, and to be remembered as a lunatic asshole for eternity. You see how I put these verbs two after each other. Okay, I repeat. Khomeini sailed on his pirate of the ship to expand his territories, to kill more, to steal more, and to be remembered as a lunatic asshole for eternity. All right, and then the next one, which focuses on gerunds. After signing all the weekly death warrants, Khomeini is considering playing golf with his favorite of the this coming weekend. So you can see how I've used ing forms after different types. All right. I hope you liked today's lesson. As always, I'm going to give you a brief summary of what we talked about and maybe some more examples. Okay, hopefully you study them and you like them and you learn many things. All right, looking forward to seeing you soon next time. Until then, goodbye.